What's up, my awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you guys. And today's video, I want to dedicate this video, or half of this video, to one of my favorite 80s horror movies, favorite slasher films to come out from the 80s, and even a thriller. Yes, it has thrilling elements, or that thriller genre elements throughout this movie. So pretty much all three of those. And the movie I'm talking about is Happy Birthday to Me from 1981. And the reason why I'm talking about this is it just celebrated its 40th anniversary. So Happy Birthday to Me, if you don't know what this movie's about, if you've never seen it, I'm not going to give too much away, but it came out in 1981, May of 1981, I believe May 15th. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but it takes place at a college campus, college campus, and it surrounds the top 10 of the Crawford Academy. So I think it's academy. It's not a college, but it's an academy. There's the top 10 there, and one of the leads, and the lead character in this movie is the character by the name of Virginia, who is played by Melissa Sue Anderson from Little House on the Prairie. She did this, I believe, at the end of Little House on the Prairie, or after she left that show. But she plays the lead in this, and it's her birthday week. She's about ready to celebrate her birthday. She's turning 18 years old, and throughout this week, or surrounding her birthday, her close friends in the top 10 of the Crawford Academy start getting killed off one by one, and a lot of, like it says on the cover, 6 of the most bizarre murders you'll ever see. So they start being killed off. There's a mystery around there. There's a thriller element around it. And it's one of those slasher movies or horror movies that takes its time. So you're not getting the kills right away. I think you do have an opening kill, but as the movie goes on, it takes a little bit for each kill to take place. But throughout the film, you also get some twists and turns. You get a third act, which when I first saw it, I did not see it coming. There's a really good twist there. So for me, it's one of those slasher movies that's very unique because it's one of those built-up slasher movies. The kills don't happen right away. It takes a long time for the kills to happen, or you do get the opening kill, but the rest of the kills are kind of like spread out. So it's a slasher movie, it's a horror movie, but I also think it's a thriller. It's well acted, well directed. I really like the direction here, and I really like the writing. I think the writing's really good too. I don't hear too many people talk about it. It does have its fan base. There are people that do love this film. There's people that have seen this film, people that enjoy it. But as far as like the slasher movies, talking about slashers from the 80s, as far as the slasher movies from the 80s, this one doesn't get enough love, and it doesn't get enough talk. So if you've never seen Happy Birthday to Me, it's one to check out. I absolutely love this movie. I watch it every year on my birthday. It's a birthday tradition of mine, and yeah, absolutely love it. Again, Melissa Sue Anderson plays the lead character in the movie, Virginia, and she does a great job. You got a familiar cast here. A lot of different faces you probably have seen from either past stuff or current stuff. I believe Tracy Bergman, she's a soap opera actress. She's in, I think, The Young and the Restless, or she was. I'm not sure if she's still on there, but she's in here. Glenn Ford's in here. Again, a lot of familiar faces that you probably have seen kind of throughout different films and television shows. And it's directed by J. Lee Thomas, who also, I believe, directed 10 to Midnight. So if you've seen 10 to Midnight, that's another really good slasher movie, horror movie, thriller. Has a lot of those different elements into it, or in that movie. But yeah, Happy Birthday to Me, guys. I just had to talk about this. This is, again, one of my favorites. I have the recent one that I picked up, the Indicator Blu-ray, which is great. Really good transfer of the movie. And you also have a little bit of neat bonus features on here. You have a commentary it's the Hysteria Continues team, the author of the Teenage Wasteland slasher movie book, which I also have that and absolutely love it. I'll probably have to talk about that in a standalone video at some point. But you have a commentary, image gallery, TV spots, theatrical trailer. But what I really like about this edition is you also have two versions of the film, which the only difference is the music. So you have the original theatrical version, which has the original theme. If you guys have seen this, you know the original opening theme. But then you have the 2004 version, which, if you guys remember that, the first DVD that they ever released of the movie had a different opening song. It wasn't the original theme. It was more of a upbeat, kind of pop-ish disco beat, disco song, which not a lot of people liked. I honestly, I don't mind it. That's the first time I saw the movie, or the first way I saw the film. Obviously, the original theme's better, but I'm glad they include both versions. Still today, I don't know why the studio decided to release that DVD version. I don't know why they changed the music, but they did. But that was the first time I saw the movie, and so I thought that was the original opening song, but they did change it. So it's really cool because, again, you do have the original theatrical version, but you also have that 2004 DVD version. Again, really good transfer. I really love this indicator set. I think it's really awesome, and it is region free. Yes, it's region free. So if you're a fan of this movie like I am, and you're wanting to pick up a really cool version of the film, a great version of the movie, definitely pick up this Happy Birthday to Me version. That version on Blu-ray. But if you're also a fan, you probably have this, and of course I'm going to keep this, being that I'm just a big fan of the film, and that is the Mill Creek, I believe Mill Creek, yeah, VHS slipcover edition. So this is like the beginning of all those VHS slipcovers. So this is one of the first ones that they released. This was the first standalone Blu-ray in the US that the US released. Before this, the only Blu-ray you had was the Mill Creek double feature version with the original When a Stranger Calls, which I also had that. I mostly got it for this movie here because, again, I'm a big fan of it. But again, this has a great transfer as well. So if you just want to get like a Blu-ray version for under $10, I believe it was like $8.99 when I got it. Got it at Walmart. I think you can get it online. Now I think Amazon has it. If you want to get like the cheaper version, you can pick up this one because, again, the transfer is really good. You're not getting both versions of the film. You're just getting the original theatrical version with the original theme song. But this is a great one. Great transfer as well. No bonus features. I believe you have a trailer. Don't quote me on it. I think you have a trailer of the movie. I could be wrong. But this is still really cool. So say if you have this and you want to keep it like I'm keeping it, I recommend getting this one as well. I think the indicator set, or the indicator Blu-ray, is a great Blu-ray to own. So I'm going to keep the US version because I just love that slipcover. Underneath the slipcover, you have that artwork there, which is similar to the 2004 DVD artwork, which, not that great, but, I love that slipcover right there. I love the original artwork. So, but yeah, happy birthday to me, guys. Just one of my all-time favorites. And so with its 40th anniversary, and it recently celebrating its birthday, I believe May 15th, I wanted to talk about Happy Birthday to Me. I absolutely love it. And if you guys have never seen it, please go check it out. Again, really cool slasher movie, but also a really good horror movie and thriller. So if you love thrillers, this is one to check out. It's not your typical slasher movie. It's not, I don't remember, it's been a minute since I've seen it. I saw it last year for my birthday, so I should remember this. It's not like the most goriest slasher movie, so if you're not into the gore, it's definitely more thriller. So you got a slasher movie there, but you got a horror movie and you got a thriller. So definitely check that one out, guys. If you've never seen, again, Happy Birthday to Me. This is one to definitely put on your must-buy list. For me, it's a must-buy. It's a must-purchase. So the next part of this video, I want to talk about 1981 horror movies and thrillers, but mostly slasher movies. So, the 1980s, especially the early 80s, was really known for a lot of slasher movies to get released during the early 80s. And so throughout the 80s and the 90s, you had slasher movies. But I think the prime, for me at least, the prime was between 1980 and 1984 or 85. After that, they slowly started kind of dying off. People weren't really liking them as much, but the prime was definitely the first half of the 80s. And before that, you had Halloween, you had, Friday the 13th, Prom Night. They were like the ones that to really kick off the slasher movie craze in the 80s. And then you had like Terror Train and so many others come out. But 1981, being that was kind of the year after Friday the 13th and Prom Night, and I think Terror Train was 1979. But after 1981 was a big year for horror movies, big year for slasher movies, big year for 2 sequels to come out that year. And so I want to go through 10 other 1981 either slasher movies, thrillers, or horror movies to come out and talk about the 2 sequels. So kicking off the 10 movies to talk about that came out in 1981, we're going to talk about those sequels. And the first one was Halloween 2. This, for me, is still the second best Halloween movie after the first movie. I love Halloween 2. It is one I can watch all year round, but I especially watch it in October. Love Halloween 2. Everybody knows about it. It is a great one. This one just celebrated its 40th anniversary, and that is Friday the 13th, Part 2. This is the first film where Jason Voorhees was the killer. If you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the original Friday the 13th, but Jason was not the killer in there, or in that movie. And there was never a plan to do any sequels with Jason being the killer, but with Friday the 13th being such a huge hit in the 80s, when it was released, they decided to release Friday the 13th Part 2. So not only was Jason the killer, but it was also the only time where Jason did not have the hockey mask. It wasn't until Friday the 13th Part 3 where Jason got the hockey mask. This is the sackhead Jason Voorhees that we have in this movie. One of the best ones, definitely in the franchise, and one of the creepiest Friday the 13th films. I always found it to be pretty eerie. There was a lot of great eerie settings to it. Absolutely love Friday the 13th Part 2. That was a great one. These next 2 are thrillers. They're more thrillers than slasher movies. They also have, or one of them has, a supernatural kind of feel to it. The first one I'm talking about is Deadly Blessing, directed by Wes Craven, and this, in my opinion, might be Wes Craven's most underrated movie. I love Deadly Blessing. Great one here. It has a lot of different elements into it, but it definitely has some slashing elements into it, so that's why I wanted to talk about it. But Deadly Blessing, absolutely love that one. I love all of these. You're going to hear me say that a lot, but I definitely love all these. Speaking of thrillers, this has like a slashing element into it, but it is more of a thriller, and I wanted to talk about it anyway because it came out in 1981, and that is Road Games, directed by Richard Franklin, who directed Psycho 2 after this, but it has Stacy Keach and Jamie Lee Curtis in it. So this, of course, if you guys are Jamie Lee Curtis fans, kind of in her early 80s and late 70s, she was more known for thrillers and slasher movies and horror movies. And so after, this one and Halloween 2, she got out of the horror movie subgenre, not the horror movie subgenre. She got out of the horror movie genre and would go on to be in a lot of other well-known classic films. But Road Games, great one here. It's more of a thriller. It's an Australian horror movie thriller. Again, has a little bit of a slasher element there. But takes place in Australia. Really love it. It's like an on-the-road type of movie. It's a great one to check out if you've never seen Road Games. This one right here, it's a well-known one. It came out, again, all these came out in 1981, but this just celebrated its birthday back in February, and that is My Bloody Valentine. Again, one of my favorites, and really love the setting to this. It takes place underneath a mine, and you have the villain here, Harry Warden. He's a miner, and has a really cool costume. So I think everybody knows about My Bloody Valentine. Great one, guys. It is a great one. And if you've never seen this version, or if you've never seen this movie, sorry, definitely check out the unrated version. Pick up the Scream Factory release. That is the way to watch the movie. But yeah, classic film there. Very, again, eerie slasher movie. A lot of the killings take place towards the end of the third act when they're down in the mine. Just really awesome. The next one here is Just Before Dawn, one of my favorites to come out from the 1980s and 1981. One of my favorite slasher movies. Again, really good atmosphere. Has a really good eerie atmosphere. Love the music in it. Very good score with composer Brad Fiedel. Hopefully I'm saying his last name right. Who would go on to do the Terminator theme and Fright Night. Just Before Dawn was one of his first. And really good music, atmosphere. Really just love this kind of in the woods slasher movie. So if you've never seen Just Before Dawn, this is one to check out. Really love that. And again, like Happy Birthday to Me and some of these other ones, has a really good twist. This one has a really good twist midway into the movie. So very cool. Next one here is Madman. This one has a really good fall atmosphere. It takes place during, I think, November. I think they mentioned that, this is around the Thanksgiving holiday. But it's one of those in the woods slasher movies. I love in the woods slasher films. Again, has kind of some eerie moments throughout it. I really love that this movie takes place mostly at night. It doesn't really take place during the day at all. In fact, it only takes place during one night. So all this happens during one night. So it is a kind of nighttime slasher film. Really love this. Again, just one of my all-time favorites, Madman. If you've never seen this, put this on your watch list. Pick it up from Vinegar Syndrome. That is awesome. Really love The Funhouse, one of Tobe Hooper's most underrated ones, and one that every time I watch it, I think I love it even more. I remember seeing this for the first time on TV, and it kind of creeped me out. There's some kind of eerie moments throughout the movie. But takes place in a funhouse. These 4 young people decide to spend the night in this funhouse. They witness a murder, and then one by one, they're picked off. And it takes a while for the killings to happen. Again, it's more story than anything, and you really don't get into the funhouse until almost an hour into the movie. But yeah, I love this movie. I think it's one of Tobe Hooper's best films and one of his most underrated ones. So check out The Funhouse from 1981. The next one here is a Linda Blair film. It is not my favorite Linda Blair movies, but definitely one of my favorites. And really, again, love this setting. And again, the kills don't really take place until later in the movie or towards kind of like the midway mark. But that is Hell Night, 1981 again, guys. Great one here. If you've never seen it, check it out. Linda Blair, one of her best films. One of the best slasher films, thrillers, horror movies. With a great setting. I love the setting in this. I meant to say it's one of the best settings in one of these movies. I really love the fact that this takes place in a mansion, abandoned mansion. It has really good lighting. I believe one of the guys behind this was behind the Dark Shadows TV show, or like some of the later like 70s or 60s Dark Shadow movies that they made for TV, where he actually had some involvement in Dark Shadows. I could be wrong, but I think he was involved with this. I think he was also involved with Trilogy of Terror with Karen Black, but it has a really good setting. I absolutely love the setting in this movie. It's one of the things that really stands out. Again, another one that has a great twist throughout the film, or great twists throughout the movie. I think there's 1 or 2 twists in here. Yeah, Hell Night, guys, check it out. Again, it's one of those films that takes place over one night, and it's just a really good one. Absolutely love Hell Night. And the last one, I'm wearing the shirt right now, is definitely one of the best to come out from the 80s, one of the best slasher movies, but one of the best ones to come out in 1981. And again, in May, it celebrated its birthday, or either early May or late April, it celebrated its 40th anniversary. And that is The Burning, which I think a lot of people have seen this, but if you haven't, again, put it on your must-watch list or go ahead and pick it up. I really, really, really love The Burning. Again, not one where a lot of the kills take place until kind of like the last half of the movie. You do have like one or two kills in the opening of the film, but a lot of the main kills don't take place until kind of the midway mark or kind of that third half of the film, that third act. The Burning is a great one, one of those kind of out in the woods slasher films, a summer camp slasher movie. Tom Savini did the practical effects, which are some of the best practical effects in a movie. I really love the practical effects in this film. The Burning, another eerie one. It has some really good eerie elements to it. I think the killer's pretty eerie. Definitely check out The Burning if you've never seen it. It's a revenge flick. It's also a slasher movie. It's a horror movie. So you do have those two kind of subgenres in there, a slasher movie and kind of a revenge flick type film. But yeah, The Burning. If you've never seen it, put it on your must-watch list. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And check out The Burning, guys. That is a great one. So anyway, that is, 10 1981 slasher movies, horror movies, thrillers that I would highly recommend. And once again, if you've never seen it, check out Happy Birthday to Me. This is why, one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video was because of Happy Birthday to Me. Because it is, 40 years old now. It celebrated its 40th anniversary this month, and for me, it's still one of the best. I love Happy Birthday to Me. Please go watch it, guys. If you've never seen it, go watch it. Check out those other 10 films that I talked about that all came out in 1981. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much as always. Thank you for your support, your love. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for watching. I have a blast doing this stuff, but I mostly love doing it for you guys. You guys are seriously the best, and I really appreciate and love you guys. So stay tuned for more videos to come, guys. I'm going to come up with some, kind of like this video, come up with some really fun like topic videos and just, kind of chill and talk to you guys. So let me know some of your favorite slasher movies to come out in 1981 or just the 80s in general. What are some of your favorite horror movies? What are some of your favorite thrillers? I would love to know, guys, so leave comments down below. If you've seen any of the films I talked about, what do you think of them? What do you think of Happy Birthday to Me? And if you've never seen Happy Birthday to Me, definitely go watch it. But if you have seen it, what do you think of it? Just let me know down in the comments down below. So as always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. In with the positive, out with the negative. Go eat some Skittles, and so much love to you all, and I'll definitely talk to you guys soon. All right, guys. Bye.